Alright, welcome to Friendlocke Lore No Cap 2. This is definitely the first time recording this, because definitely the first time didn't result in me, uh, losing my mind with no sleep. So now I'm back at recording this with, not in the morning. And this is the compiled info from the rest of Season 2 that I did not cover in Friendlocke Lore No Cap 1. If I show any art in this video, I own none of it. All of it is made by different people. And if I do make Friendlocke Lore No Cap 3, it will be after Season 3. So, first off, the June 20th, 2025 double feature Bird versus Mikey D's and Gerber Magnazone versus Coach Cause will never happen because everyone involved is dead. Bird was a member of chat, and Mikey D's is dead, and Gerber Magnazone is dead, and Coach Cause is dead, and so that will never happen. And next, let's talk about some of the things that exist, some parallels that exist in our world versus this world, such as Saturday Night Lapras, which is obviously Saturday Night Live, but everybody is a Lapras. Another thing that exists is Good Burger, which means that movie is real. And Derek grew up in November Town, essentially Polka, New Jersey. Unova is Derek's native region because it's America. I don't know why he moved to Hoenn in the first place, but he moved away from America to go live in Hoenn and won that. Another thing they talked about earlier on is religion. Luke, Star Wars, and Salty, they pray to Arceus. Hannah is an agnostic, and Nin is a pantheist, and because they believe that they are a god. And speaking of Luke Star Wars, as his name entails, uses the Force, but the new Force, not the old Force. So yeah. And it was sad when Luke Star Wars died. That was real sad. And Oni has never been with another trainer before, and it's like, ooh, I'm happy to travel with Derek. And wherever Oni goes, a sound follows, and the sound goes like, whoop! And that's the sound that follows Oni wherever she goes. Pasty, since we last saw him, learned some evil spells. Because Pasty is an evil wizard who has absolutely no morals at all, definitely. You can cast spells like penis inconvenience, and then you get erectile dysfunction. One of Pasty's tales is fake, which he apparently lost in the Skeleton War, which I assume was probably a front in, like, the big, like, Pokemon war that happened in, like, Pokemon lore in general, because, Sauerkraut also said that, like, one of his daughters went to go fight in a big war. And you look at the Pokemon lore, and it's like, Lieutenant Surge is from Unova. Why is Lieutenant Surge in Kanto? That's because Kanto lost the big Pokemon war. So I assume the Skeleton War was a front in the bigger Pokemon war that happened recently. Pasty is also working on necromancy, but unlike necromancy in like another Friendlocke, it's really just like undead thralls than true resurrection. And that's hopefully Pasty can eventually get better at like necromancy. Next we get to Brady, a the Brady the Illumise, who can beat gyms like a total badass. And he has amnesia. The only thing Brady remembers is his cousin Colin. And he doesn't know why. He he's just a weed smoking, surfing, amnesiac Illumise who's also a dragon slayer. Like he deals with the dragon gym, and it's amazing. I want to see like I can't wait to see like if there's any like animations for that of like a small bug like doing like the like anime run through against a dragon, and that'd be pretty cool. But sadly Brady died. He got stomped by a rock. We get back to and then we get back to Nin, who remembers that they were Jay, which makes this two people, two Pokemon that remember their past lives. Gerber and Nin. It's not known why they do, but they do. Possibly remembering the past life is probably what makes Nin believe that they are a god. And Nin is friends with Cosmic, and we'll talk more about Cosmic in a bit. But now we have to talk about Adam Sandler and Al Pacino, who are canon and who do live in Unova. Uh, Al Pacino, otherwise known by his moniker of Dunkachino, is the champion of Dunk, and he has with him a Coughing, a Nidoking, and a Honchkrow Murkrow my beloved. And Adam Sandler has a Absol, Kangaskhan, and Gardevoir, which makes absolute sense. And they proceeded to kill Oni and Colin with their Pokemon. Because, like, I remember this, like, the Gardevoir was calm-minding, and chat was like, kill the Gardevoir, but they didn't kill the Gardevoir, and that was sad, because then Oni died. Uh, Oni was like, that's for my call. Oni was like, that's for my ball-covered friend, you ass, and then got Gardevoir blasted. And so that was sad. And with Colin's death also in that battle, just before that, Colin and Mal both died season 2. And now we get to Cosmic, who has Mankey in her bloodline, which means she has a Mankey ancestor, not known if it's maternal or paternal. Like, but we do know that The Cosmic is the granddaughter of Chrissy and Jirachi, and the Sandslash and Luxury parents had Cosmic, so the Mankey's probably like on the other side of the family or something. And Derek is her second trainer. And the question is, who was the first? Why did her first trainer release her? And the answer is Cosmic's first trainer was Albert Einstein. But I checked before you say I checked. And in modern America, at present day America, there is one person living with the name Albert Einstein. So I'm going to say it is them and not time travel shenanigans. And so Albert Einstein abandoned Cosmic and essentially saying, when you're strong enough, you can come back. And so Cosmic has abandonment issues and a fear of abandonment. Biggest fear is being released again. And that's kind of sad. But on the plus side, she's got a sweatband collection for when she's training. She cannot shock herself. And another thing, just a reminder for everybody that forgets that Pokemon is the Pokedex entries about how Pokemon eat each other. Cosmic one time compliments Forest by saying that they smell delicious today. And so that's pretty cool. But then, when they get to the Elite Four, Cosmic wants to go in on her own. She wants to be strong. And she went because she wanted to prevent any more of her friends from dying. She loves her friends. And she's not tired of living, but of death. But then they chose the worst possible member of the Elite Four to deal with first. For someone with these deep psychological issues, going up against the Psychic type Elite Four master, the Master of the Mind, against one whose body is strong but mind is in a bad place. Cause didn't stand a chance. She said, "I'm sorry," and died. And speaking of Cosmic's family from earlier, unlike the previous death, Jirachi could probably have seen that, because the Elite Four, if you see like the anime and cartoons and stuff, is usually televised. And Jirachi will now know, in his eyes, what Derek has done. And then we get to the final battle, where Mikey, before that, in the Elite Four, when they run through with the actual team, Mikey D's died. He got crit twice, and he was like, "I have a blue tongue." He never missed his high jump kick, but that's because he flame kicked twice and died, along with the crit. And then we get to the final battle, where the figure summoned by the orb is Giratina, who was trying to go to Applebee's. And then they fight N, and Jay dies to Zekrom, and it was really sad. But other than that, they had no trouble with N. And then they get to Getsis, and Getsis's Hydra sends Giratina Dana Snyder back to the Distortion world, and also kills Nin. And and then Kringo Fuck used superpower to slay Getsis's Hydra. But then the Seismitoad came out and swiped the rest of them and just destroyed the rest of them. Luke, Star Wars, Kringo, and Gerber all died to Seismitoad. And now Mikey, Gerber, and Mao, who were all childhood friends, are all together again. And then we get to the final six. Pete Ness, Faust, Hannah, Tracy, Sarah, and Pasty. Hannah and Tracy in this final battle mostly cheered on the rest of them from the sidelines. And talking about Pete Ness's father was Cornelius Vanderbilt, which puts the birth of Pete Ness probably around, at the very latest, the early 1870s. Pete Ness is the oldest character in Friendlocke. And also Pete Ness met Forrest Gump. So Forrest Gump is also canon to the Friendlocke. And Pete Ness also served in the Cold War. Which means the Cold War is again also canon to Friendlocke. In the end, they all live. They beat Getsis without losing anyone else in the final six. And N realizes his mistakes and feels sorry for them, and finally stops playing Friday Night Funkin'. Sarah forgives N for everything he's done. But she's still kind of sad that so many died, and so they all hug. At the end, Tracy confesses something to them all. The last words of the Friendlocke were, "Derek, I was your mudkip." And that is the third Pokemon that remembers their past life. I don't know why they do. It is unknown why they do. And it's weird. But later on, Pasty converts to Catholicism and stops being an evil wizard, mostly. Foists for Affinity takes off. Fuzzy Wuzzy Feedables. And for this final part, I gotta talk about something that I haven't addressed yet. The elephant in the room. And that is the Steven Stone fight. In the final episode of Season 2, they say that the Steven Stone fight is now canon. However, in Season 1, they said it wasn't canon. And so, what is the correct answer, you say? And so, I'm just going to play a bit of audio from Salty's stream.
Wait, so the Steven people didn't actually die?
Derek,
no,
I gotta...
it's not
Oh,
canon.
no, they're dead.
No,
So
I mean,
not
canon.
Oh.
No,
Not
listen,
canon.
it's the Dragon Ball movies, okay? They're like canon, but kind of.
So they exist, but you don't talk about it.
Mikey's was canon.
Alternate
Mikey's was
universe.
canon now.
Yeah, Mikey.
Alternate universe. This means that there is multiple timelines. In one timeline, Derek, after the Rayquaza fight, decides to go on his merry way and live happily ever after with all his friends. And the other timeline, he fights Steven, loses, and goes in disgrace to Unova, where Season 2 begins. However, this means that the Friendlocke is now a multiverse, where anything can happen. Anything. From both Gabby dies and Gabby lives are both canon. The Friendlocke universe where it's Luigi is canon. Everything from Team Twisted Friendlocke, I just looked up, to the Skull Ryan Friendlocke is canon. The Friendlocke is now a multiverse. And the gates have been opened. Goodbye.